thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Timur, for organizing this event. And thanks to EUROUz, our good friends, for organizing this event. So I'll try to be quick. I work in forensic. I'm leading forensic practice at KPMG in Central Asia and Caucasus. I'm with the firm since 2005. And at KPMG we did a lot in Uzbekistan since we started our business in 2017. One of the first large projects was implementation of anti-corruption compliance in Uzbekistan in government bodies. After that, we also actively worked with the regulators on implementation of different types of financial crime compliance regulations and assessments in the financial system of Uzbekistan. Now the next stage is automation, and a lot is happening in terms of digital assets, changes in the regulatory environment, cryptocurrency, and banks and financial institutions and payment systems are actively working. There are lots of different M&A appetite in the region. So I would give a maybe short update of what has changed in Uzbekistan during maybe last 5-6 years. Probably it would be interesting to especially guests of Uzbekistan. Also give short update what's going to be next in the country and how business also reacts to that and what challenges business has. It's a bit maybe busy slides, but I will try to talk mostly about money and business perspective. So in terms of how the country changed and transformed, so I would not talk a lot about the regulations and details about these regulations. You can see the slides then. I think it would be distributed, but I would say mostly that comparing to what was in the country 10 years ago, but 10 years is not a long period. If you take any business and the financial model of a large business, normally the financial model takes from 10 to 20 years in the developed economy to do some to calculate some IRR or whatever. If you go to M&A transaction, you also calculate your returns on 5, 10, 20 years perspective. If it's very CapEx extensive business, it may be longer, say 30 years. But now what we see that comparing to 10 years ago, being rich in country was not popular. But now the country transformed and being rich and wealthy and healthy is popular, which is good shift in culture and in how people are treating the wealth and money and expertise. The regulations, they also try to adapt to this culture. So as colleagues told, there are different compliance, risk management measures and rules are being implemented. There was, as I mentioned, anti-corruption regulation. There was an explanation of what is a conflict of interest, because if you ask any businessman or public PEP 10 years ago what is the conflict of interest, almost it was difficult to get the right answer. Now people understand more and they can answer more about what is conflict of interest, what is PEP, who is PEP, who is domestic PEP, who is international PEP, because the definition of politically exposed person was not existing in the full scale as it was mentioned in the international FATF or other regulations, and it was implemented recently, 2 years ago. Also the anti-corruption agency was implemented, other regulations are being developed. And there is an opposite side of that. If, for example, we look at European, UK or US regulations, they are more kind of longer term, they are well developed. And now what is happening in country, and other colleagues also mentioned that the speed of regulatory change is very high. and country tries to find right solutions and right compliance risk management measures to country-specific environment and how people behave, because it's not possible just to take all the international regulations and implement it immediately, because as Alina mentioned, culture is not there, but it comes. What we also see, what's going to happen in the financial system. We see that financial system is still, the banks particularly, are still under government impact because a lot of banks, large banks, are still state-owned. But there is a huge transformation in terms of how banks, they work with customers, how they manage the risk. The Basel risk management frameworks are being implemented, because we did a lot of different types of works for banking systems, such as AQRs, funds transfer pricing, etc. And we see that there is a huge shift within the banking system, and we see that a lot of correspondent banks, international correspondent banks, they're interested in working with local banks. However, they still require all these international standards to be in place. And we see that that shift is happening, and the regulator does a lot to make this happen. One of the areas what we see is digitalization of all industries. We see that not only banks, I would say banks and telecom companies are maybe the first who are more digital, but others are coming to digitalize production and business, but also digitize the compliance, risk management, and other areas of managing the business. So what has changed? Also, one of the interesting topics that, as Alina mentioned, that there are rules and there are principles. But in Uzbekistan, given that from Soviet Union times, it was more like a rule-based country, and all codes, civil code, criminal code, are more rule-based. Therefore, the compliance are also more rule-based. But we see that now country goes to more principle-based standards. Why? Because, for example, the International Financial Center with English law is being implemented. So this decision was discussed during the last 2 years, but it was finally made. There is also for IT and financial sector and consultants, the Enterprise digital platform is being implemented. We see that banks, for example, they started implementing the private banking and wealth management. Local banks, they started offering such products, and they also changed their compliance attitude and compliance rules. So there are not just yes and no. So they start understanding the client, doing enhanced due diligence. There was implemented the enhanced source of funds and source of wealth analysis, etc. So we see that those events and those developments that happened in Europe, in other developed economies, they come to Uzbekistan very quickly. And for example, those services that have been developed in other countries during 10 or 20 years, they're being implemented here during 1 or 2 years. And this is huge opportunity for investors, huge opportunity for local players, but at the same time, it's a huge risk. As we understand, for example, in financial sector, there was during last year and this year a lot of talks, and if you look at the mass media about the online fraud scams and different fraud transactions with cards. This is the opposite side of fast development. As we say that any growth, when you grow very quickly, there are also some cost of that growth. So this is the cost of that growth, but we see that regulators and market players are very active to combat all these risks and events that will happen. So in terms of business response, as I mentioned, a lot is happening in digital, and also in terms of ethics and compliance, we see that a lot of trainings are being conducted and capacity building, both within the state government authorities as well as in the business. We see that, for example, a public procurement system is being developed very fast. There is a new agency have been implemented recently, and a lot of trainings are being conducted. We also participate in those training activities, conduct those trainings to local partners and helping them to develop those training materials. And we see that this cultural shift is happening. But still, it will take time. We should invest into that to make it happen. So maybe key stakeholders, probably it would be also interesting. So there are like key stakeholders in terms of and key regulators. This is the Central Bank of Uzbekistan, a Minister of Finance. There is a financial intelligence unit as an independent body in Uzbekistan who controls the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing. And like there are some insights that they are also transforming and changing their approach to make it more risk-based, to make it less rule-based but more principle-based, and they are requiring the participants of financial market to make their own like models, risk appetite, risk matrices, etc. And this will require more and more expertise and more kind of analytics on the business side. Because how it was previously, the central bank or regulators, they just issued some rules, and everybody should conduct those rules. And there was like 1-0, like black and white, and that's it. But now, given the complexity of products, complexity of market players, complexity of stakeholders, complexity of transactions, it's not possible for business to use this like black and white approach, because business would not be effective. So therefore, regulators, they transform. There is also National Agency of Perspective Projects. They control the cryptocurrency and insurance sectors, and there are also regulatory sandboxes. So for those who is interested to be part of this like financial system, they need to look and understand what is the logic behind those regulations, because it's very important to be successful. Actually, we have a KPMG Academy. We also do different educational programs, and during our any consulting project, we put the education and capacity building as separate part, because it's not possible just to consult about something, produce some like audit report or like analysis of some systems. But the most value of the consulting is that you have people who is educated, understands the subject matter within your client, and then you leave not just only the report, but you leave knowledge. So we do frequently those different trainings and events. There are also we see that the growth of different players who provide anti-corruption compliance trainings. Now a lot of people coming to do to get those certificates, international compliance certificates, and there are different associations being opened, like internal audit associations or Institute of Internal Auditors, compliance issues, etc. And we see a lot of trainings are being conducted on the regional level. For example, in Kazakhstan, in Tajikistan, in Uzbekistan, in Kyrgyzstan, people are going around and sharing knowledge, etc. And a lot of people are coming from European countries, and government also conducts different updates, and international financial institutions such as EBRD, ADB. We see a lot of capacity buildings by UNDP being on the ground.